Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Lil Meech called out again for allegedly telling first the airport incident and now this traffic stop. We're going to look at this tape. We're going to see what's going on and we're going to look at it from different angles how this could have been played out. Because maybe his homie told him that, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. You hold me down. And then Meech didn't hold him down. Now the homie coming out saying something because at the beginning when it first happened, the homie had a year to tell and say that Meech told on him. So all that now, we're going to get into the rest of that, the particulars, how we know how this goes so y'all understand. So just sit back, enjoy the ride, and let's ride. You know what it is. Unique Mech Audio, man. Here go the many different mug shots of Lil Meech. He's been racking them up. I guess he's turned into what you call a real gangster now, huh? But do you know Meech, the man behind us, to be the man behind us? Or could we ride? Didn't before they were saying that Meech was just a square, he was a civilian, he was trying to act like his father, this and that? And then now he's caught on tape telling, let's see how we're going to break that down and where we're going to go with that. Is he really a civilian or is he really cut from his father's cloth? Y'all tell me. Y'all heard what it is. Let's see where we go from there. All right, now, let's get this moving.
Good, man.
This is when he got arrested in the car. And this is where he's asking the police, you know, yo, did you get the stuff? He's like, what stuff? From my man. You know, check this out. Check this.
Hey, so what y'all doing in the yard and stuff? Okay. What y'all found it on? What y'all found it?
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal
It's not legal what?
to have a firearm.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
Huh?
The other stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
The other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Could you?
See, right there, it looked like he was kind of like conspiring with him, and that's what I don't like, you know? And I don't like to put a bone on nobody, but I'm just going to give you all a couple of different joints because now they riding down the street, and as they riding down the street, they get, you know, pulled over, police see the car, they run the place, they see it belonged to Lil Meech, they say that Lil Meech was involved in an investigation, so they pulled the car over. First they thought it was going to run. Now, his man is sitting in the passenger seat, and he's in the driver's seat. His man is saying that he took the guns and he threw the guns over there on him while he was sleeping. He woke up, and that's why he had the shot. Looked on his face like, whoa, when you giving me this? You know? So now, that's what's said. But mind you, right, because we ride. I'm just keeping it fair, analyzing this case from a street perspective. Now, they had two guns in there, and they don't even look like they were the same caliber, but even if they were, but if I've got two guns, they're going to be the same caliber. Even I used to carry Smith & Wesson and a Glock. So, I mean, you know, it depends how you feel. But anyway, the moral of the story, what we're dealing with this is that, you know, there was two guns. There's two of them. His man is in the passenger seat. His man's supposed to be from about it. From the street, so he about it. So being that this man is about it from the street, we could honestly assume that one of them was his, or was both of them his. So now I say one was his and one was Meech's, then they get pulled over, now they get pulled over. There's two guns, and only one person got to go down for the gun. Maybe his man said, yo, I'm going to go ahead and take it, or maybe Meech said, yo, I need you to take this, and I'm going to pay for your lawyer, I'm going to take care of everything, because you know that whole Stars joint I got with, you know, my pop's joint, that's what joint would die down, and you know I've been looking out for you, so I just need you to claim this and I'm gonna take care of everything. We got this movie getting ready to come out, my pop's getting ready to come out, we getting ready to get this big bag. So his man said bet, and then his pops come out, and let's ride on that. So now Meech's pops come out, and Meech's pops come out, and he didn't get a hero's welcome. You know, when he was about to get a hero's welcome, 50 jumped involved, got mad because he took a picture of Rick Ross's arch nemesis, which was dead wrong. So now 50 cuts him off, blows it out, put that he's, you know, telling, and then puts that he's going to do a surviving Tammy joint, that Tammy survived, you know, working for Meech as an informant, you know, supposed to be what they supposed to be working on. But now 50 got a lot of money tied up in this, so he couldn't just cancel the script, right? So therefore, they told him that you got to finish this season out right here, right? So this is the season they finishing out, but it's in this season he gonna write that Meech did the third party corporation at the end, and will Little Meech play the character, or would he stand on morals and principles with his father and say, I refuse to play my father ratting when my father didn't? What do you think should happen in the comments? Y'all put in the comments. But now what we're dealing with is, like I said, we got two guns. Only one of them got to claim the gun. That's it. Now, it seemed like they had some type of agreement for over a year from this first happened, because everyone kept quiet. Nobody knew nothing about this. And let it be known that, the brother that's locked up, dude that was in the passenger seat, he got the discovery. He saw this videotape. If this videotape was not given to him, where he heard everything that Meech said that everyone is reacting to right now, if that wasn't in it, he could come home tomorrow by just filing a case, in the law. But you got to get the discovery, man. So you knew everything that's on this tape that we're now knowing, but I guess now he's in there and Meech is not looking out like he's, expected to, and like he promised he would. So now his man is like, oh, no, well, I'm going to air you out, But now, let's take a ride. All Little Meech's problem started when Big Meech came home. Big Meech came home. 50 was scared that Big Meech was going to wind up blowing up bigger than him. So 50 threw a wrench in Big Meech's game, because if Big Meech would have got a chance to, move forward with 50 and their plans, documentary, movie, interviews, he would have been a welcome hero for the legends from the crack era. But now if he would have did that, then he would have been bigger than 50 Cent. Did 50 Cent want that? Do y'all think 50 Cent want that? Or do you think that this was, intentionally manipulated to create a reason to go at Big Meech to cut his nuts, no pun intended, in order to move up the ladder? I'm just giving you different scenarios how it could look, or, maybe 50 really standing on morals and principles, because that's what he normally do, and saying that now we found out that you did a third-party corporation and you went over here with this dude, even though we don't need the and, just you going with a third-party corporation and telling if this is what 50 is believing, which is what he's putting out that he believing, then that means that, nah, dog, I can't mess with you, Or, nah, dog, I got to create an issue. I got to create a situation to make me pull myself away from you and my bag and my support from you, because with my bag and my support, you would have been bigger than me. Do you think Meech would have blew up to be bigger than 50 if 50 didn't do what he did? Or let me rephrase that, if Meech didn't do what he did to 50 to make 50 react in the manner that he did? In that sense, Meech knew he was just coming home, knew there's going to be a lot of people that don't really want him to blow, so he got to make sure that he crosses his T's and dot his I's while he's moving, because he's always going to be watched. You understand what I'm saying? But then now, so dude done, did the little time, and he's tired of being in jail. Meech ain't say hit him off with nothing. You know what I mean? So now this is how dude reacts. But the reason, right? Let's ride. The reason that seems to be in everybody's face why Meech didn't hit him off is, Little Meech that is because, 50 cut him off. He done spent all his money on expensive jeans, and right now he dead broke. You know what I mean? From rich people standards. From our standards, he filthy rich. You know what I mean? But from rich people standards, he doing bad, because now he got to worry about paying those big mortgages, those big car notes and everything else, and ain't nothing coming in for 90 days until the BMF joint come. And while they was on a hiatus, nothing wasn't coming in. So therefore, his man wound up taking his own money in order to pay for his lawyer fees and things like that to get it down to 40 months, which was a good deal. So now he's expected to sit back, fall back, and wait for Meech to get back in pocket to look out for him. But instead of sitting there waiting patiently, he said, nah, I'm going to expose you, because whatever issues I had anyway that I don't want to talk about, because we don't know what issues he may have had for even doing this, because him and Meech had to have some type of agreement. Let's take a ride. Maybe when they was in the car, like I said at the beginning, Meech said, yo, hold this, dog, because, if I go down for this, I can't even shoot the movie, and we all messed up. And then as a soldier, as a man, he was supposed to say, you know what, you're in a better position than me to help me move on, the same way when Biggie and D-Rock got into it, you know, and D-Rock went ahead and took the beef to let Biggie move on with his career is the same way that it was looking also because we riding with Young Thug and Gunna, where you could say Young Thug told Gunna, go on, spread your wings, do you know, take this, you know, alpha plea, and, you know, I'm going to go ahead and fight it because I know you want to cop out and you wasn't as mostly involved as, you know what I mean? Anyway, da-da-da, because you didn't really want to be involved, but you was just rocking with me. It could have been anything. This is just scenarios and hypotheticals for you rap bastards out flip-flop way and public trolls. Just sit back and listen to the message and catch the jewels. So now it could have been like that, right? Or it could have been that straight up dude told, you know? So now we're going to figure this out. So we're going to go over here and we're going to play the tape so we can see what happens when Meech's man calls and talk to Meech on the phone. And I want to know, how did this tape get leaked? Who leaked this tape? And I didn't hear anything wrong in this tape other than Meech saying that he's sorry. And, you know, sorry ain't buying it when a man doing 40 months in prison for you. You know what I mean? I ain't even going to say for him because if one gun belonged to each one of them, then the one with less to gain was supposed to claim it because it don't make no sense for two men to go down for one gun. You know what I mean? That's like two people get charged for unaliving someone. Both of them don't need to go down. One got to go. But you don't need to take two good men down because now you're strengthening your numbers of whatever crew or neighborhood he's from or whatever you want to call it, you know, gang, whatever. You know, it's going to be one less in number when you could have only lost one and would have still been one up in numbers. But they didn't do it like that, so that's how it is. And, you know, that's why we're getting ready to play this joint now so that you can see, you know, how it go. But do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm just checking to make sure, you know? All right? My little mouse acting up. So just bear with me. So you understand how that go, right? So I'm just saying that Little Meech's man should have claimed the joint, but he didn't claim the joint. So being that he didn't claim the joint, you know what I mean? It makes him look bad, you know? It makes him look real bad. And that's not even supposed to be happening. But what do y'all think of that? Do you think that Big Meech told? Because don't forget, Big Meech is supposed to be considered as a civilian. You know what I mean? So him being considered as a civilian and, you know, then him telling, but then he was stepping in the shoes acting like he was a man and, you know, on some man time, on some street time, and he was that gangster like his father. So now, do you think he should have held his weight like his father? You know, or do you think his father didn't hold his weight? Because I know y'all had things to talk about with that too, and that's fully understood. You know, but you know, it is what it is, man. We in the house, so y'all tell me where you feel with that. But dude called in. This tape ain't playing right now because my mouse is acting up. So you know, let me play the intro while I try and figure this out. All right, yeah. So we ain't even see it playing, so I don't even know. There you go. All right, so now we're in the house. So that's where we at. But anyway, his man called in to say that he was faking and it wasn't really like that. I'm sweating like a mother, but I tried to turn the fan off so y'all could hear me. But his man called in and said that he was faking and that he shouldn't even have been, you know, having him going down to do the time. But I think that the thing is, like I said, being that Meech came out broke, Big Meech came out broke, right? Little Meech was already broke from spending his money. So now Little Meech didn't have nothing to give Big Meech. So now his man get locked up in between there, and then the breadwinner falls out with him. That's why Little Meech was sounding so desperate when he hollered at 50 when he said, I thought we was bigger than that. And 50 said, man, I ain't trying to hear that crap. I ain't dealing with you like that. You know what I mean? Because now I got a reason to get away from your father because you always getting ready to blow bigger than me. Imagine what that Finnery family legacy would have been looking like. But, you know, that's where that's at. So from that being there, everybody know what time it is. We just sit there and nobody really, you know, get into nothing. You know, it is what it is, man. So, you know, that's where dude was at. Been on here long enough because my mouse ain't working, so I'm going to go ahead and tap out. I think I can still end it this way. Let's go here.